Oh my god! I just finished watching the season finale of The Boys, season 2. Wow, that. Ooh. I. You know, I love. I loved season 1. I mean, I binged season 1 like a couple weeks ago, about a month ago. And I just immediately started watching season 2, and oh my god, this show's so great. Season 1 was great, but season 2 was better because it felt like season 1 and season 2 were almost like a full season type thing. It felt like almost like they cut one season in half, where it's like the season 1 didn't really answer any questions, but this wrap. What I loved about this season is it concluded a lot of different things, but left a wide door for season 3. And they're getting season 3. And boy, that cliffhanger, I know nothing about where that's going. Nothing. Without getting anything away. But what I loved about season 2 is because this almost felt like half of, the second half of one complete season between 1 and 2, is it was all of the payoff in the course of 8 hours. 1 hour every episode. And oh my god. Like, you talk about, like, I almost cried at some of these scenes in the season finale. And all the new characters were great. Stormfront, Ryan, Becca, all have great value to the overall narrative. And what I love is because there's so many different plot lines in this show, and all of them come to the forefront and matter in this season, where every single plot line has an effect on where the story ends. And what I love, it wraps it up, but yet again has that door wide open where it feels like it feels like it ended with that, yet so much more they could explore from where they're going with Homelander, and where they're going with Maeve, and some characters that you would never even expect to be a main character, soon to be a main character. So I just finished it like a minute ago, but I had to do some review of it. I'm not gonna give spoilers because it just came out like an hour ago. But I mean, it just, wow. I mean, cause I've been so looking forward to this season finale, because it's just been like, what are they gonna do? How are they gonna? Because every episode of The Boys, I'm like, how are they gonna top the next one? How are they gonna top the next one? How are they gonna top the next one? And yet, phenomenally, they have. Every episode's better than the next, and this was the best episode of the season and of the series. And honestly, one of the most surprising of this of history in some capacity, where you're just like, you never know. No one's safe in this show. No one, you're like, oh yeah, that ain't gonna die, or people you think are gonna die don't die, and it was, whoa. And what I loved about it is it felt kind of satisfying, where everybody got to almost have their happy ending, but they don't really. And they, again, great shows, after season by season, what great shows can do is they can wrap up their season, but yet leave the door wide open for other possibilities in other seasons. And it's a bummer that I finished the show and that there's no more Boys, because I mean, that's been part of what I've been doing since, because like, I started the show, like, I binged it, so I basically, it was after the first, it was probably, if I had to give a day, it was the 9th. I think I started The Boys September 9th of this year. So that dates it not even a month. I have not even been watching The Boys for a month. Not even a month. And I binged the first season, and then I immediately watched. There was, at the time, 4 Boys episodes of the season. So I was like, boom, 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 boom. And I finished the first season of The Boys in a week. Because 8 episodes, and I watched some 2 days and 2 episodes in 1 day. So I basically binged it. I binged it completely. So, and I just couldn't get enough of it that I immediately watched the first 4 episodes. So I got caught up. I got caught up pretty quickly, if I say so myself. And this is just such a bingeable, enjoyable show, but it has so much heart and so much greatness to it. And I just love this episode of just wrapping this season up in what really is a 16 episode season, because the way season 1 ends is such a big cliffhanger with no real answer solved that you can't really, it's hard to say, oh yeah, that's the one complete season. So this just was mind-boggling. And I'll be counting the seconds till season 3. But, again, like with that, being said, I'm gonna find other shows to watch, other movies and all that stuff. It was just, this blew my mind of possibility, and it felt like a movie to me in many ways. It just, or not just like in like content wise, but just the feeling of how excited I was during this episode. And it was only an hour and 8 minutes, but it felt so jam-packed. Because every scene, every sequence just felt like it mattered in the best of possible ways. And, oh, man, really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. And nothing can prepare you for this episode. It just, nothing can. Nothing can compare or prepare you for what's going to go down in this episode. So, better be ready. Stay tuned for more videos. Coming at you.